As promised previously, today I lay out the specifications of the 3-liter naturally aspirated V12 engine that I would build if I had a car company for the working enthusiasts. One point that I should note is that a strong alternative design would be a 4-liter V12 with 9,000 RPM red line, which would be considerably simpler and cheaper. This 3-liter V12 is viable, though we are entering exotic territory. Let us name this engine PC301, as in P for petrol, C as hexadecimal for 12, 30 for 3-liter, and 1 for Mach 1. Starting with the bottom end, the key metrics that determine the characteristics of this engine and render it viable are the bore, stroke, cylinder spacing, and rod ratio. This is a small displacement, highly over-square engine with a high rod ratio. It will use a strong aluminum alloy for the block with the Nicasol cylinder coating paired with forged aluminum pistons. Bearing sizes are moderate but sufficient. Straight-cut timing gears and dry-sump oiling will be used too. In the top end, the key metrics are moderately high compression ratio, titanium valves, and conservative VVT for the intake cams only. The top end is the main reason I think a 4-liter V12 will be simpler and cheaper to build. In that alternative, VVT can be eliminated and a cheaper valve train will be viable. In a sense, as the words of wisdom go, there is no replacement for displacement. However, if we go for displacement, nothing beats a supercharged pushrod V8, but that cannot meet today's emission requirements without worse compromises. In terms of accessories, the key metrics are port injection, individual throttle bodies, and equal-length exhaust headers in a 6-to-1 setup. When it comes to performance, tuning this engine means adjusting the valve timing. More aggressive cam profiles and more overlaps will contribute to top-end power at the expense of idle and drivability. I think a conservative tune of 450 horsepower should provide a thrilling experience without drivability issues, thanks to VVT. Emissions will be under control too, thanks to cylinder bank switching at idle. This engine should provide a pure feeling thanks to its characteristic timing gear whine and symphonic exhaust note from equal-length headers in the V12. In the next few posts, I will delve deep into why each metric is chosen. Specifically, the next one will cover the engine block.